Welcome to the Imperial Grandstand. I'm Alan Imperial.
I'm Carlos Del Rosario.
And as you can tell by the screen, we're going to be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Sonic, he could really move.
Oh, gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast, Sonic. He's got some attitude.
Ah,
Sonic,
so
he's the fastest thing alive.
it's because of the blast processing.
Blast processing.
Now, if you have no idea what we're talking about, we're making 90 references from the
Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
right?
Oh, God. You weren't there. You weren't there for the console wars. It was brutal.
The second generation.
It was brutal.
It was brutal. So today we're going to be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, and we're just going to give. We saw it.
Yes, we saw it. It would be weird if we talked about it and didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like a really terrible. But we did see it. Good on us. The bare minimum.
So, let's get right into it.
All right. So, Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's bring it up in the premiere. Okay, and let me start this up. Bam. All right. So you got a nice little thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sonic the Hedgehog. From the trailers, we're not gonna spoil anything. It's stuff that's generally been in the trailers,
Yeah,
so you know.
And we're gonna talk about what we thought about the movie.
Yeah. So Sonic, a young Sonic, he flees his homeland, his home planet, with advanced technology rings.
Rings.
The rings.
Everybody uses rings
Yes.
when they're advanced.
He lives in Green Hills, Montana, for 10 years.
Yeah.
And he lives in seclusion. He can't, you know. Be known.
Well, if he will, like they'll do some weird ET stuff to him.
Oh yeah.
So, here's a picture of Green Hills.
Well, not Green Hills. This is his original planet, which has really cool ramps and stuff.
It's Green Hills in the video game.
Yeah, we know this is the real Green Hills. We know.
We know.
We're the fans.
So he's an alien on an alien world.
Alien world. He's lonely.
Yeah.
And eventually he is found out, and he needs to flee the planet. And
and it's life or death.
Life or death. He is hunted by the dastardly Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey.
Now, I'm really impressed with everything about Jim Carrey here, because as a villain, you could either go Shakespeare or you could go full pork ham. And Jim Carrey went full pork ham, and I'm so happy that he just hammed it up.
I think that he could do some amazing Shakespeare. Yeah, but
I don't doubt it, but here he just leaned into being the crazy Dr. Robotnik from the cartoons that I grew up with.
Yes. I mean, they casted amazingly. And
everybody was great.
Yeah. Sonic teams up with a local sheriff, James Madsen, and then they go on a road trip. So that
a road trip.
Yeah, a road trip.
Like
Alvin and the Chipmunks. But they go on a road trip to San Francisco so that Sonic could get off planet because he's being hunted.
Yeah. And over the film, it's about saving a life and learning to be friends along the way.
Yeah.
Like a classic kid story.
Yeah. So, my opinion, really fast, I liked it. You know, normally I don't watch a lot of kids' movies, and I feel that there's like an archetype that they have. But I enjoyed it. I think this is the best possible Sonic movie that we could have right now. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, this is not a waste of my time.
No, it was fantastic. I am going to go out on a limb and say the best video game movie I have seen in my 37 years on the planet.
Okay.
Because I've basically seen all of them in America.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen all the Japanese video game movies, so let me just preface it with that.
I will say I am partial to Mortal Kombat, but then again, I saw that when I was like 13.
I can't rewatch Mortal Kombat today because it's painful.
I still think it's very enjoyable, but I don't.
It is.
It's very hard for me to be unbiased. But let's talk about some issues that happened before the movie. We all know of the redesign, old versus new Sonic.
Right.
There we go. Let's bring this thing up. Look at that. This is what he was in the original trailer, And yeah, this is what he is now, and it's a way cuter
Well,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
the original design of Sonic actually was on the right, and I don't know what they were thinking on the
Yeah,
left.
you see, okay, here's my conspiracy theory, my moon landing hoax, my JFK magic bullet. I think they had the original design for Sonic, which is very pleasant. Like he looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. But then they're like, how do we generate buzz for this movie? And outrage on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, that's instant. So you know what? Let's purposefully
Just give him nightmare teeth.
give them that.
Just give him nightmare
Just
teeth.
like go to the lowest form of the uncanny valley, where it's like, no, this is gonna give me nightmares, and I hate it. And then when
Everybody's upset.
everyone's upset, Paramount swoops in, the great heroes who caused the problem, and they'll be like, we will fix it. When all they had to do was release a badly designed Sonic, and then people were like, "Wow, let's applaud Paramount for what they did."
I'm not applauding Paramount because the real heroes of this
Oh
story
yes,
is gonna be the Vancouver branch of the Moving Picture
yeah.
Company.
Let me bring up that article there.
Yeah, this is from Screen Rant, and uh, MPC did The Lion King as well. And unfortunately, in December, it's reported by Isabel McCormick that they went under, or that Paramount liquidated them. And it's unfortunate for the VFX artists because I literally stood up for 5 minutes at the end of the movie just applauding them once the visual effects people started coming on screen because this is a childhood dream of mine. I
Yeah.
loved Sonic growing
Oh
up.
yeah, and apparently the kids really. We were in that theater. There were a ton of kids. Wow,
Yeah,
they love this movie.
I was laughing with them. They made me
Yeah,
laugh.
that's great. And yeah, this movie. Yeah, I feel VFX artists over maybe they've always been exploited, but man, it's just never been good. It's just it's terrible. They're just getting the shaft. So
Yeah,
yeah, they should be commended for their work, and they don't deserve to have to be shut down. This company.
yeah.
Uh,
My favorite scene is gonna be. It's in the trailer, so I'm gonna talk about it.
mhm.
It's the highway scene with all the robots.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way. This is gonna.
This is just gonna hurt people.
All right,
Yeah. Back to the trailer stills.
back to the trailer stills.
Yeah,
Excellent.
can we skip to the highway scene? Because that's literally my favorite scene in the whole movie.
All right.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
this is the road trip where they are. Uh, Sonic here is like, oh, let's see the biggest rubber band ball in the
Yeah,
in the
you've
country.
seen it, and like, oh, it's nice, and he's just gone for a second, and comes back.
Yeah,
So, what did you think of Sonic the Hedgehog, the character?
I was surprised uh, how much the character had to grow in the film. In all the other iterations of Sonic that I know of, he's always been super confident, and he's never had any type of weak points. And here, because he's an alien on an alien planet, there's something to overcome
Yes.
because, he has to connect with somebody
Yes, you see, he was living alone
in that cave,
in a
just doing
cave for 10
the
years,
paddle ball.
and which explains why he knows so much about like pop culture. So he's a Deadpool. If anything, Tim Miller, he was a producer on this, and Tim Miller is a producer and director of the first Deadpool movie. So I could totally see the similarity. Even the way it begins, it's like how it begins at the climax and then goes
They pull
back,
back.
and it's like, oh, okay, all right, that's pretty common. He breaks a lot of the fourth wall. It's fine. He's Sonic.
And the thing is, if he doesn't know how to interact with people, of course he's going to talk to himself.
Yeah,
And it makes sense.
and it makes sense how he does it.
And he narrates in the
Yeah.
film.
Oh, I should mention that Sonic is voiced by. Hold on. By Jean-Ralphio. I
That's
know
not his name.
that's not his name. Ben Schwartz, but Jean-Ralphio from from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
So
Good on you,
yeah,
Jean-Ralphio.
he's
The Fonz is his dad.
the Fonz is his dad, but it's like he brings an energy, and I like it. And yeah, yeah, perfect casting for Sonic there.
Now, just to switch gears a little bit,
Yes,
the Sonic movie does follow a lot of tropes for kids' movies.
yes,
uh, and not even for kids movies, just for projects that the studio may not believe in, where you kind of show the world of Sonic,
yeah,
and then or of the main character, and then it's just nope, we're going to Earth.
yeah. So I call it Masters of the Universe syndrome. So He-Man in this classic schlocky film, amazing if you haven't seen it. He lives on his own planet. The name escapes me right now. You could correct me in the comments. It's fine. But y'all know.
Is it Thundera?
No, I think that's Thundercats, buddy.
Yeah, that is Thundercats.
Anyway, it's like we don't have the budget to actually, do the whole movie on this alien planet. We have to bring them to some small town so we could bring the costs,
It's
low
reasonable.
to reasonable.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, that's Masters of the Universe. It's done again with Thor. If you recall,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, Thor is just in like
They're
80% of that movie is in Arizona or New Mexico.
they're in Asgard for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, they're not there for that long, but like the majority of the movie is a small town, desert town,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, okay, because Thor at the time he was an unknown entity, to the mainstream, and
Thank goodness for Taika Waititi.
yeah, it took a number of movies for him to be like, oh wow, Thor is really awesome. I love him. I'm like, I was not convinced with the first Thor movie,
Now,
but I understand why they have to, take this alien person, bring them to Earth instead of doing the whole movie in Asgard or wherever.
yeah. Now, something that I want to talk about is how, in the beginning of the film, you get the Sega logo, and
Yes,
just it brings me
yes.
nostalgia. You have things like
It's Yeah, it's kind of like the Marvel movies where it's like we're gonna show everything, just
right,
all the comic book characters, everything we've done, and it's they begin with Sega, and it's like you got Sonic the Hedgehog and Jet Set Radio and
yeah.
all the Sega properties.
And there's one Sega property that I want them to do, but I don't think they'll do it, and it's because it will be rated R if they do it,
Yeah.
and it's going to be the Yakuza series.
Yes. So I totally want Sonic to do a crossover with Yakuza. They could do karaoke like Sonic goes to Japan. I would totally love to see that scene.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, yeah, they're just there. Ooh.
Singing,
Yakuza,
drinking sake.
there's some crazy games, the Yakuza series, and
I personally
yeah,
like the baseball one
yeah, I would like to. Ooh, yeah, they could play baseball. That would be nice.
because it's in the trailer.
But it's like we can. Sonic the Hedgehog has proven with its
Domestic box office
domestic
hit.
box office alone. I don't know how it's doing worldwide. That it's a viable property, and that Sega can make more movies. And I'd like them to make more movies. That would be
Yeah.
great. Um,
So
Now, as I don't regularly watch kids movies, and if I was a real critic, I'm not. I think I wouldn't like this movie as much. But yeah, I have never seen these movies, but it definitely reminded me of something like the Smurfs.
again,
Again,
they are in Smurfland, and then
yeah,
they make it to New York City.
make it to New York City, and fine, and most of the movie is about Neil Patrick Harris and not
Yeah,
really the Smurfs.
yeah. The Smurfs are actually there to support him.
Yeah, and Alvin the Chipmunks. I have not seen any of the quote unquote live action movies. But yeah, yeah, all right. I have not seen these movies, and they follow a formula, but fine. I liked this movie. It's as good as it's gonna get, you know. And James Madsen, I think he does a really good job uh, uh, acting with Sonic. It's like that can't be easy. Where it's just
Actually, they did a great thing, and I
yeah.
wish I had the picture right now, but they actually made a paper mache.
Yeah.
of
Well,
Sonic.
that's what they do now because before, like in the old Harry Potter movies, it's just we're just gonna react to like
A
air
tennis or a
or a
tennis
tennis
ball.
ball, and it's like no, you need something tangible. Your eyes need to, and they learned actually around the time of Gollum. They was like, okay, it's better to just have something there at the time so it's tangible.
Yeah.
And how could I forget? Jim Carrey himself, Ace Ventura. I was like, "You're bringing me back." I have not seen Jim Carrey uh,
Doing physical comedy.
doing physical comedy, not for a while. You know, I've seen him around. He usually lately he's just been very subtle, and yeah, I really dug him in this movie. I definitely had. Okay, I know his Riddler is from Batman Forever is polarizing, but I really like his Riddler and Ace Ventura and everything else. I think he's very talented and like he's still got it, and he's a wonderful Robotnik.
I'm with Sonic on this one. I'm just excited for this movie. Woo!
I am. I like this movie. Um, I think that I actually want to see the sequel more because they lay so many things, and here like Sonic, he's it's all reactionary, where it's like oh I'm being hunted and stuff,
And I just have to survive because it's life or death.
life or death. But the Sonic I know, he takes command. He's got to go fast,
Yeah.
and he's a victim in this movie, but I think in the next movie he's gonna be proactive and be the hero that we need with a certain characters. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's pretty obvious who he's going to team up with in the future.
Yeah.
If you know. I'm like, I'm not spoiling it, but it's telepathy. We both know who Sonic teams up with.
Rings.
Yes, he teams up with Rings. Yes, Samara from the Ring. He's
Ah.
climbing out of a TV.
Ah. That movie just scared me so much.
Yeah.
But as a fan, talking about telepathy, they really know what I wanted in this movie,
Yeah.
and some things that I thought wouldn't work, like his attack, actually works in this movie.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil it, but the way that they implement it in the movie is just like, oh, this makes me so happy that you're leaning into this
Yeah,
because it's ridiculous.
yeah, there are a lot of nods to the games, and I could see videos just breaking down, oh, Green Hills
Yeah,
and et cetera, et cetera, and it's like there are a lot of nods and like the basics of Sonic is there, um, but they make it work, and
and
I
not
really enjoy
and
that.
not only do they not give nods to the video games, they actually give nod to the low budget cartoon and not the ABC cartoon.
Yeah, they mention chili
Chili dog.
dogs. Chili dogs, gotta have a chili dog.
Yeah, and what I love most about Jim Carrey is he sees this mustache and he's like, I could do better. And that was already in the trailer. I don't know if you grabbed that
Yeah,
still.
yeah. I don't think it was from this trailer. But we see the full Eggman mustache and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like how he gets there. That's really cool.
Yeah. So basically, I say if you haven't seen this movie, and you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog,
Yeah,
it's a fun ride.
yeah. If you have kids, yeah, go see it. You talked about this triangle.
You're right, I talked about this triangle, and it's the triangle of fanboys,
Fanboys like
parents,
us,
yep,
parents
and kids.
and kids, and it
It
as
satisfies all
as
of
a
that.
fanboy, it's like, oh, they did the thing. Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
the red shoes are tied in this way.
Yeah, and as a kid, we were there. The kids loved it.
Yeah.
The kids absolutely loved it.
The kids actually made me enjoy it more because there are some parts where I'm like, "Oh, this is dumb," and then the kids are laughing next to me, and I'm like, "I can see it
Yeah,
now." Okay,
yeah.
like this scene, it annoyed me at first, and then the kids started laughing, and I just like, "Oh, I get it now."
Fine, just let it go. I mean, it's stuff
And it
we've
was fun.
seen thousands of times, but it's new to them.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, this movie is not made for 30 something guy
dudes.
dudes. It's
Yeah,
like,
who's seen every X-Men film?
yeah, it's like you know what's going to happen. You can look at a watch like this is going to happen in 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, yep. I was absolutely correct.
Yeah. And then the parent thing is the fact that there's a really good family story in this that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect to root for for the characters to really come together and just work as a team and as a
Yeah.
family, because that actually happens. And I'm like, wow,
All right, there, Dominic. All right, there, Dom, with your family. Fast and Furious.
they literally bring that up. They literally
They
bring it up.
do. Yeah, and you know, Sonic would be a fan of Fast and Furious. I mean,
Gotta go
gotta
fast.
go fast.
uh, so I've said everything I want to say about
Yeah,
Sonic. I enjoyed it.
yeah,
I hope you enjoy it too if you see it.
yeah. Let's see. I think if you're an intelligent movie watcher, like that doesn't quite make sense and this and that, and like you could poke holes in it all you want, and like, if it's entertaining and it makes you laugh, go see it. So, yeah, that's my recommendation. Let's see. And I truly am more excited for the sequels that the inevitable sequels that they're gonna make. Where it's like, I think this is just prologue of how we get to the Sonic that we know and love in the games. And
I'm just really excited because I'm really hoping Sega looks at all their properties and says to themselves, "Oh, how can we build maybe not an interconnected universe, but just build more movies that from properties people have spent literal hundreds and thousands of hours in."
yeah, there's a built-in fan base. All the like the like us, like we were playing these games with like 8 and
Yeah,
stuff, and then we grew up with them, and it's like you already have a built. It's basically your Marvel universe,
yeah.
and we want to see these movies. Just let us have them. You're basically gonna print money, and yeah, it's great. And I love the design. I love the energy. It's just that with the way they're doing it, the Masters of the Universe type stuff is like, okay, you're holding back, but intentionally. I totally understand why. But I want to see where you take it next.
I want them to take a risky bet now because this, I believe, was the safest bet they could take,
Yes.
and I'm happy they did it. But now I want to see risks. Of course, you still have to. It still has to be a kids movie, so I'm not gonna see Sonic shoot anybody.
Well, maybe not Sonic, but maybe Shadow,
Shadow,
the Edge Lord.
right? So
Yeah. Oh my God, so many things they could do. Like you got. Well, no, you don't need to put Shadow, but Knuckles.
yeah,
Oh my God, like the what the Mecha Sonic. I I forgot his name, but there's a mechanical Sonic somewhere. Yeah, and Jim Carrey, of course, could come back as Robotnik. He was.
I would riot if he's not.
Yeah, it's like you're not bringing Jim Carrey back.
I hope this wasn't a
A
waste
waste
of
of
your
your
time.
time.